Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are live and full effect. God is great. We're just getting back to it, hopping right into it. It's a beautiful Friday. Thank God for this Friday. Welcome back to the Daily Dose, the number one daily morning mastermind for those trying to elevate and grow in your personal, professional, spiritual, entrepreneur lives. Welcome back. And we'll just hop right into the verse of the week. Verse chapter Psalms chapter 139 verse 23 through 24. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my anxieties, and see if there is any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. We all worry about stuff. We all have things that we're worried about. We all have things that we're unsure about. We all have things that we just, it's beyond us, right? So we gotta tell God, like, God, help me to not worry about these things, right? And when the thing is talking about anxieties, it's really talking about anything that gets you off track from being tapped in with God. That's why right after that it says, see if there's any wicked way in me. That's why it says that. Um, so like, once again, this whole week been asking God to try us because that'll just help us to be better, right? You play sports, you got to get tested, right? If you in school, you got to get tested. That's the only way you can prove yourself. That's the only way you can understand if you are ready for that pressure or if you're ready for the next level, right? Because it's always level. It's never like, oh, okay, I don't accomplish this or I conquered this and it's over with. No, it's always levels to everything in life. And we just want to continue climbing and climbing and climbing. That's the whole goal. That's the journey. So hope this verse has been blessing y'all this week because it's a super great verse. And we'll hop right into the business topic for today. Then we're talking about creating a successful sales funnel. And this is going to be mainly for digital products, but it also can work for physical products as well, or it can work for a service. You just have to tailor it to that and optimize it for the actual service. But these are tips. Like I said, it's mainly focused on the digital part, but it can be used for physical product. Well, it's for digital products and physical products, but the services is like I said a little bit different, but it can still work because it still sales regardless. So the number one thing, of course, you got to attract attention. What exactly are you putting out there that's gonna create that attention that you need in order for people to want to even buy your product? So you got to attract attention. There's gonna be whose attention are you trying to attract, right, in the first place? So you got to know who it is that you think will buy your product uh, whenever you start to do this thing. So your ideal customer, right? And where are you going to get the attention at, right? Is it going to be like on Facebook? Is it going to be on LinkedIn? Is it going to be on Pinterest? Is it going to be on TikTok? Where are you getting these clients from, right? And then understand what type of content you're going to use to attract that attention, right? Are you going to do videos? Are you going to do static ads, right? Are you going to do videos with you in them or videos without you in them? You got to understand what type of how you're going to attract that attention, what works the best, and but you got to attract it, right? That's the number one part of creating a successful sales funnel. Next is to go ahead and grab all of those leads. So you want to have a landing page set up. You want to have a place where people can input their information so that whenever you do capture their attention and they come, they have somewhere to go and enter their information in, right? They have somewhere to for you to capture their name, their phone number, their email, so that you can reach back out to them in various forms, right? Various formats. That's the biggest key. And then there could be other things that you use as a lead magnet. It doesn't have to be a landing page necessarily. You can offer like a webinar. You can offer something out there for free, right, to get to entice people to want to even provide their information as well. Because you got to remember, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, data is the most valuable resource on this planet right now. So we have to understand that when people giving up their information, that is data, and they just gave you something valuable, right? Because you can eventually turn that into money, just them giving you their information, right? So you want to always think about that like that. It's so important. So think about something that um you can maybe could give away. That would be a clear call to action for somebody to get. You can give them value, and you can also um retain their information at the same time. Then you want to nurture them. So what you want to see, you should have it set up. Okay, these people came in through this webinar or this specific offering. So you want to send them emails. You want to email market them, text market them, do what you, and this is where I was talking about. You might want to hire a copywriter, or you might want to get on Chat GPT to script this out, or use some of the other AI like copy AI to do some of those to write some of those for you so that you're not coming up with it yourself, right? But you want to nurture those leads. You want to send uh emails tailored to the potential customer, right? That is what you want to do so that you can make sure that you are staying ahead of the game and you're staying top of mind for that potential customer. You can also offer free trials. You can offer also discount sales, right? If you go to a big box store, email out or website, as soon as you get up there, if you're not already like on their email list, it's like, okay, give me your email, you get 15% off, right? So maybe you can do something like that through email, but you could personalize it. You could tailor it, send them a nice email with their name in it, and you can say, this offer is especially for you. Boom, you got 25% off. If you use this within the first whatever, for whatever you're trying to offer, like I said, whether that be a digital product, physical product, or a service, nurture those leads. Make sure you're staying top of mind, uh, and you should do A/B testing as well. That's what you call split testing, where you're sending different forms of with different messages of content, but ultimately getting them to the same goal. Close the sale. So what that's going to be is once you get people to that very last stage of the website, once they're in that checkout, is it optimized for them to just have a seamless process for them to go ahead and buy whatever it is that you're trying to do, or order whatever it is that you are trying to do? Or is it something to where, you nurture them, but then they have to set up a phone call with you, or they have to have a Zoom meeting with you, and you actually have a meeting because you offer a higher level service, and you got to close them, on a meeting call. However that is, however that ending process is for you, you want to make sure you have that explicitly outlined so that you can be able to, understand and close the sale, right? And so that it's going to be no questions asked from the customer about the process, really, right? They know exactly what they're going to have to do to purchase. They know exactly how they're going to receive the product. They know exactly when they're going to get the product or service, right? All of that stuff. You want to eliminate those questions so the customer just can come to the website and they can go and just, purchase it and buy it and be done with it. Next thing, potentially you can upsell. If you have another offer, another smaller offering, or another similar offering that you think would be beneficial to this customer or client, this is the opportunity for you to upsell. There's so many things, you get to the checkout, it's like, okay, do you want this for extra? And we'll give it to you for 50% off, right? Whatever it is. And it could be, for example, there's this ad going around about this like indoor or this portable sauna, right? You get the sauna, and then you get uh ice bath for like half off or something like that. That's something that's going around. But the upsell part is key. If you do have something else that you want to offer, this is the part to where you put that in there, and it's like a extra step. So yeah, they already bought yes, they already have kind of checked out right on the website, but then they go to another page and it's like, oh, do you want this? Yes and no. And it's right. You can only, and it's like you can only get this at this price at this point in time in the transaction. If you go back to the website and try to buy it, it's going to be full price. Right. You have to kind of explain that as well. Same thing if you're on a meeting, you want to be able to explain that at the same time. Follow up with all of your clients and customers. This is something that you should be implementing in your business is to follow up and asking for feedback or reviews. You want to follow up and ask because you don't want to make mistakes. You don't want customers to be like, oh man, it was a terrible process, but the product was good, but actually purchasing the product was horrible. You want to know that stuff so you can improve yourself, improve your processes, and make sure you're delivering better and better value to your customers in the very beginning stages of the sale. And this is going to be asking for feedback like, okay, how are my emails? Did I email you too much? Did I like was I saying the right things? Like what got your interest? What piqued your interest in the first place that you even want to give me your email? All of those questions you want to ask because it's going to be super beneficial to you. And then we'll hop into the self-development topic for today. And we're going to be talking about overcoming burnout. Right. It's something that we can do, something that can happen to everybody, right? It's something that can happen to the best of us. And we want to make sure that we are doing the right things that allow us to help us to get through that or to help us to prevent even getting burnout in the first place. Number one is recognize the warning signs. You want to understand what your stressors are, right? What happens whenever you start to experience burnout is so important for you to understand that. And it's going to be, how do you feel? Are you irritated? Are you agitated? What are the things that are making you feel like, oh, computer's about to die. What are the things that's making you feel like you are uh dang, lost my train of thought. Oh, are experiencing burnout, right? Are you feeling like, okay, I just can't think anymore. I'm not getting work done. I'm tired all the time. What are the things that make you feel like you are in burnout? You want to know those things and then address the root causes. What causes that? Are you not getting enough sleep? Are you doing too much work on one thing and not getting enough done? Are you procrastinating and then having to do a whole bunch of work at one time and then doing that, running through that same cycle? Address the root causes of getting to burnout, so that you can not get to burnout. Practice self care. Take time to understand yourself. Take time to understand how you best relieve stress, and then do it right. You want to make sure that you're always putting yourself first and prioritizing yourself so that you can not have burnout and not experience it because it's very difficult to come out of burnout once you are in burnout. So you want to be practicing self care a lot, whether it's meditating, whether it's journaling, whether that's going outside and grounding, praying. So many different things you can do. Going to go get a massage, like something. These things should be like regularly scheduled, so you have a regular break and reset from uh whatever it is that you do all the time so you don't experience that burnout. This is a huge one that will help you with the burnout is to revisit your why. Sometimes we can get so caught up in just doing the work over and over again that we need to revisit our why. And just revisiting our why will recharge us. It will give us a new sense of energy and it will give us a new sense of focus, and we can return back to our work and do it at a high level. Another thing is we want to be adaptable. One main thing that leads to burnout is you're trying to do it your way. You're trying to do it the way that you've always done it, but the market or technology is changing, and you need to be able to change with it, because you're going to keep trying to do it the old way and you just keep running to a brick wall, and that's going to of course lead to burnout as well, because stuff is changing and moving and you're not. So you're going to feel stressed out, you're going to feel like nothing is working, and you're going to feel like, what's the point of this? So you got to be adaptable to the marketplace and to your customers. Another thing is to delegate and outsource. This is one of the biggest things that we can do. One of the biggest and best and smartest things that we can do with our time and with our money is delegating and outsourcing, right? We want to be able to buy our time back. So get on Upwork.com, get on Fiverr.com for the tasks that you don't, any task really that can be outsourced and that you can afford to outsource. You should really do it, because that'll help you to get more time back, to do more self-care, to think a lot more, and for you to scale your business higher, right? So that's the main thing that we want to do: delegate and outsource. And then another thing, the last thing you can do to overcome burnout is exercise. Go outside, take a walk, go outside and just get your body moving, and it'll help you out so much, right? It'll help out so much. So want to make sure that we are putting things in place so that we don't have burnout, we don't experience it. And but if we do, these are the things that help us to get out of it. Right. So that'll wrap it up for today. Hope everybody had an amazing week. It is Friday. So I hope everybody also has a blessed